4 days after the most powerful AI ever released to the public went live, the United States government did something it had never done before. It shut it down. Not a recall of a car or a phone, a recall of an AI model. Anthropic's Claude Fable 5 switched off worldwide by federal order. Today, that order was lifted. Fable 5 is back. But here is the part almost nobody is talking about. The model that came back is so different from a normal chatbot that most people are about to use the most powerful AI on earth completely wrong. So let me show you the 7 moves that actually unlock it. First, what actually returned. Fable 5 is Anthropic's most capable model, full stop. A 1 million token context window, so it can hold an entire codebase in its head at once. And unlike every model before it, its thinking is always on. You cannot turn it off. It reasons before it acts every single time. It also came back with a new safety classifier trained to block the exact jailbreak that got it banned in over 99% of cases. So the capability is intact. The guardrail is tighter. But here is the thing that trips everyone up. Fable 5 does not behave like a chatbot. A single request on a hard task can run for minutes, not seconds. It plans, delegates, checks its own work, and keeps going. Which means the old habit, typing one line and hitting enter, wastes almost everything it can do. Anthropic actually published how to drive it properly. Almost nobody read it. So I did, and I turned it into 7 moves. Let's go. Move 1. Give it the entire task up front and turn the effort up. Most people talk to Fable 5 the way they text, one line at a time, dragging it toward the goal. That is exactly wrong. Fable 5 is built for long horizon work. So the teams getting the best results out of it do the opposite. They write one complete brief. The goal, the constraints, what done looks like, all in the first message. Then they set effort to high or extra high for real coding. Give it the whole mission and room to think, and it plans further ahead, works longer without you, and often lands a more accurate result the first time. Underspecify it and drip feed it across 10 messages, and you get a worse, slower answer. One clear brief beats 10 vague follow ups every time. Move 2. Tell it to act. Because Fable 5 thinks so much, at high effort, it can over deliberate, mapping out options you never asked for before it touches anything. The fix is one line, straight from Anthropic's own guidance. Paste this into your instructions. When you have enough information to act, act. If you are weighing a choice, give a recommendation, not an exhaustive survey. That single sentence turns a model that writes you an essay about what it might do into one that just does it and tells you what it picked. Stop asking. Start doing. Move 3. Ban the tidying. Left alone at high effort, Fable 5 loves to improve things. You did not ask it to improve. You ask for a bug fix, it refactors the whole file. You ask for one function, it adds 3 helpers, error handling for things that cannot happen, and a config system for a script. Powerful, but not what you wanted. So draw the line. Tell it. Do the simplest thing that works. Do not add features, refactoring, or abstractions beyond what the task requires. Do not handle errors for scenarios that cannot happen. Now, that enormous capability points at your actual task instead of gold plating everything around it. Constrain the genius, and it gets sharper. Quick one. If you are finding this useful and you want the moves that actually make these tools work, hit subscribe on YouTube and follow Hyperautomation Labs on Facebook and Instagram. I do the expensive testing, so you do not have to. Okay, move 4, and this is where it gets powerful. Move 4. Give it a memory. This is the one almost nobody does, and it changes everything. Fable 5 gets noticeably smarter when it can write down what it learns, even to a plain text file. So give it one. Tell it, keep a memory file. Store one lesson per file with a one-line summary at the top. Record corrections and what actually worked, and read it before starting future work. Now, every mistake it makes becomes a note it never repeats. Every fix becomes a habit. The model stops being a goldfish that forgets you after every session and starts compounding, getting better at your specific work, week after week. A memory file is the difference between a tool and a teammate. Move 5. Let it run a team. Fable 5 is one of the first models that can reliably manage other agents. So do not make it do everything itself, one step at a time. Tell it to delegate. Split independent work across subagents and keep going while they run. Intervene only if one goes off track. And here is the subtle part that Anthropic calls out. The subagents should report back asynchronously, not freeze the whole job while the slowest one finishes. Done right, Fable 5 stops being a single worker and becomes a manager, running a whole team of itself in parallel in one conversation, one model, a whole crew. Move 6, and this one protects you. When a model works for minutes on its own, it can start telling you things are done that are not. So make it prove it. Add this to your instructions. Before reporting progress, check each claim against an actual result. If tests fail, say so with the output. If a step was skipped, say that. Only claim something works if you can point to evidence. And set a boundary while you are at it. When I am asking a question or thinking out loud, your job is to give me your assessment. Then stop. Do not take actions I did not ask for. Now you get a partner that tells you the truth and waits for the green light, instead of one that quietly rewrites your files and reports a victory that never happened. Trust, but make it verify. Move 7. And this one saves you real money. Fable 5 is the most powerful model, but it is also the most expensive. $10 in, $50 out per million tokens. Double opus. So here is the counterintuitive part. You do not always need it at max. Anthropic's own guidance says Fable 5 at low effort still beats older models running at their absolute maximum. So match the dial to the job. Low or medium effort for routine work, drafts, quick edits, and it is still frontier level. High or extra high only for the genuinely hard problems, the long builds, the deep reasoning. You get world-class output without lighting money on fire. The pros do not run everything at max. They run the right effort for the task. Put those 7 together and it is night and day. The wrong way, one vague line, default settings, and you get an overthought, overbuilt answer that quietly drifts off track. The right way. One complete brief, effort matched to the task, told to act, kept clean, given a memory, running a team, and proving its work. Same model, completely different machine. Fable 5 is not a bigger chatbot you talk to. It is an autonomous worker you brief and then let run. Treat it like the first, and you are paying frontier prices for a fancy autocomplete. Treat it like the second, and it does things no model before it could. So that is the 7 moves. I packed all of them, plus the exact copy-paste instructions, into a free one-page Fable 5 driver's manual. To grab it, comment the word drive on this video, and I will send it straight to you. If you want to go deeper, I have got 4 paid guides for people who are serious about this. My Claude Code Guide, the OpenAI Codex Guide, Claude Cowork for Sales, and the Claude Certified Architect Prep Kit. Links are in the description. And if this helped, do 3 quick things. Subscribe on YouTube, follow Hyperautomation Labs on Facebook and Instagram, and tell me in the comments the first task you are going to hand, Fable 5, now that it is back. One more tip. This one plays great at 1 1/4 or 1.5 speed. I will see you in the next one.